I love the film, everyone. I'm going to begin with you, Mel, for this one. I mean, when you've obviously been in some of the greatest movies of all time, had this kind of incredible, illustrious career. Does it get to a stage now where you pick projects and just think that looks like good fun? And in this instance, playing a miserable kind of gun-toting Santa must have just looked like a lot of good fun.
It did. And I was charmed by the script. And it does have a dark side to it and an absurdity. And it definitely travels into the absurd. But I think underlying all of it, I think it had a lot of good heart in it. It's got at the center of it, it's kind of got a warm beating heart, which is kind of nice. Even though, my friend Chance here is like plays. He's kind of like the bad guy. He's the kid that's got the lump of coal and wants to get even. And it turns into a Western in a weird way. So it's it just charmed me when I read it in its just straightforward oddness and its simplicity.
The nicest kid. Did you base him on any kids at school that you didn't really like very much? And don't worry, you don't have to name any names, but was there anyone in your head that you thought, yeah, that's who I'm going to base this character
on? You know what? I kind of channeled my inner Donald Trump a little bit,
You can't hear me.
Because, with Billy, he's kind of like Trump in the way that when he doesn't get something that he wants, he'll do everything in his power to try and, revoke it and try and get it back for himself. Much like when Billy got the piece of gold and Trump lost the election.
I was like, because obviously you've had the chance to work with incredible performers like Mel and Marianne. Marianne, looking back when you sort of remember when you first got into this as a career, did you have anyone that you remember being a bit of a mentor to you? Anyone in the film industry or even in TV that you remember really helping you along your way when you first came into your job?
I've always been a massive fan of, Mel. I love everything he does. Everything he touches turns to gold. I've always also been a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio. I work with James Roday on a TV show called A Million Little Things. And James is a phenomenal actor. And he's been a mentor to me for the past couple seasons of the show. And I've been lucky enough to do many scenes with him. So I think the person who's been mentoring me the most for the past couple seasons is most definitely James Roday.
And Marianne, I'm speaking to you from South London, by the way. Hello.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm in Peckham. I just thought I'd say because. Yeah, I was wondering because obviously this film is very much about a kid with a grudge and he didn't get what he wanted for Christmas. Do you remember if there was anything when you were a kid that you always wanted to get for Christmas, but you never got? And conversely, what was the best Christmas present you ever got as a child?
Right. Okay. As a child, the chopper bike.
Yeah.
Because I was a tomboy, and the boys always got the choppers, and the girls got those little pink things with ribbons coming from it. And I remember really, really wanting a chopper and getting a pink thing with lots of bits and pieces hanging from it. Yeah.
And I don't mean to make you blush, Marianne, but I was going to ask you, Mel, because obviously as a South Londoner, we're very proud of Marianne doing her thing over in America. What you must have been so thrilled that because obviously most of your scenes are with her. It must have been so great for you to work alongside Marianne on this project.
Yeah, it was. And she's very warm, and she imbued all the qualities of warmth and motherhood and love that Mrs. Claus should have. And she was a good cook. She made cookies, and so it really I think it really worked great. And when I saw it, I was so pleased that they had such a normal kind of relationship that you actually believe had existed for a long time. So it was kind of a very warm, heartwarming. It was even kind of like, Santa's a bit of a dog in this. He wants to get some all the time, like, and she's a little bit like, hey, go have a shower, get out of my face, It's like it's kind of funny. So I was really it was a fantastic experience working with Marianne, and I love the fact that the boys said keep that accent, her natural, wherever you're from, South London, I gather. And it was perfect. It was just the perfect decision.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys. Much appreciated. Best of luck with the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys. Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,